Yo, what's up, boys? My intro has been gone for a while. I really need to get a new intro. I said I was gonna get my old ones back, but for some reason I can't get them back, and every time I try to edit them in, it's just like all chaos and stuff. So until I can get another intro, I'm stuck. I'm stuck with this intro basically. So last time I uploaded a part to this was a month ago, and I'm so inconsistent with series, so I'm gonna try to be more consistent with series. And I did do a double upload yesterday, or today. I don't know what I'm uploading this. I actually don't. The day before yesterday, I have so many videos that I have edited and stuff that are just not coming out because I'm so tired. I want to do a lot more gaming videos, but I noticed that I really can't, but because I know if I quit posting for a week, that's 2 weeks at least, that's the algorithm getting out of my hands. So without further ado, let's just start the what if, and I'll see y'all guys when I start the video. Peace. Let's just get straight into it. No intro. Let's just go. I want to retcon the, before the video starts, once again, I'm sorry I said no intro. I want to retcon the, ending part, like the end of part 1, where he was not fighting Kagashi, and he just sat there and was thinking about not fighting him. I'm retconning that all, and I just realized now that I made an oopsie on the character design. I messed up the scar on his leaf headband, but it's fine. Alright, let's just go on. Akira runs towards Kakashi and starts doing some taijutsu. Kakashi, with his Sharingan, is able to dodge all of this, but my character eventually activates his Sharingan and has Barakugan, which gives him double prowess that his Sharingan has, especially a base Sharingan. Kakashi is pushed into a corner for a minute, but Kakashi, being a superior Jonin, jumps back and uses a mud wall. My character decides to channel chakra into his feet and runs up to the wall and uses his chakra to jump up. By the way, I want to change up the timing a little bit. So this is around the time before the Chunin exams. So this is like around the time Naruto and Team 7 encounters Kankuro and them messing with Kamahanaru. This is literally happening a few blocks away too. Kakashi and them he starts clashing with kunais, but eventually Kakashi kicks him into a large fence, and he crashes into a tree. He gets up and he looks around and he sees a blonde-haired boy, a boy with black hair wearing blue, and a pink-haired girl and some other people. He looks around and thinks to himself, "Where am I?" That kicks in, and Kakashi runs in and sees all this go down, and the Sand siblings leave. Sasuke sees the Uchiha crest on his shoulder and a Hyuga crest on his back. Kakashi walks up to him, but before he can, he starts waving hand sails and shoots a fire dragon jutsu at Kakashi. Kakashi uses a water dragon jutsu, which takes a lot of chakra since he's making a water dragon out of thin air, and splashes it away. The kid's out of chakra completely, so Sasuke and Naruto jump in and defend their sensei. He gets up and says, You're a disgrace to the Uchiha clan. How dare you have an Uchiha eye in the first place?" He jumps on a building and runs away. Kakashi reports this to the third Hokage, which the third Hokage was fully aware of hearing the commotion. The third Hokage was actually pretty scared for this because he knows if he has an Uchiha, that's a bad enemy to have, since Uchihas are really powerful. He says it's his fault in the first place to hire him to kill his family, but it was the only possible scenario because that's what the Hyuga and Uchihas wanted. And if they didn't obey that, they could have been a coup d'etat against the village, and it was the best possible scenario. The Hyuga hear about this and they want to adopt a kid since they can use the power of the Uchiha clan with the Hyuga genetics. So the kid is tracked down by the Hyuga clan and taken in. He is taken in, and he eventually goes to the village, and everybody sees him. Naruto is wondering who this guy is, and Sasuke wants to fight him. Sasuke challenges him, but he says until he has full mastery of his Sharingan, he doesn't want to talk to him. He meets up with the clan head, which the clan head treats him like his own son to get on his good side, and just to show kindness to the boy. the head of the Hyuga clan, I think his name is Hiyashi. If I'm getting it wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna call him Hiyashi. Hiyashi is actually treating him like a son, since he knows this kid has a bad childhood. Hiyashi might have been like bad to his kids, but he isn't a monster. He's not like he wanted to kill his kids or anything. Like what we see in Boruto, Hiyashi's pretty as a good guy, but it, I feel like the anime just portrayed him. The anime and manga just portrayed him a bad way. But let's just keep talking. He teaches him the gentle fist techniques, but since the tuning exams is happening, the he doesn't really learn anything. Eventually, the force of death happens, and then Orochimaru attacks the tuning exams. He is sent out there with some elite Hyuga Jonin, which they get killed off, and he's stuck there in a pool of blood of his own clanmen. He screams out in pain after losing more and more people, and he jumps up and runs towards the village. Runs up to the Hokage statue, knowing that the third Hokage is up there. He sees three people in Orochimaru, which the third Hokage sees the boy. The third Hokage tries to talk to him, but for some reason sound can't go off the barrier. He sees those people thrown off the barrier, and he kicks one of them off the way, and then the barrier dismisses. A whole bunch of Jonin shortly swarm Orochimaru, and Orochimaru tries to escape, but the third Hokage traps him, and Jiraiya shows up. And Jiraiya has time to show up in this timeline since he's not way too late. Since there is a lot of Jonin there, and they're probably contending Orochimaru. Orochimaru being severely weakened, and his arms would probably still get sealed off, so he probably couldn't have a bigger escape. Jiraiya would easily stomp the Sound 4, and even if Kibumaru arrives, I feel like all these Jonin plus Jiraiya that could possibly go into Sage Mode will be more than enough to stop Kibumaru. So basically, Konoha easily destroys them, and they're not on good terms with the sand, especially what happened. Sasuke Naruto still has his interactions with getting Tsunade and stuff, and then Sasuke leaving the village. But this time, Tsunade was taking the young Akira and teach him more and more techniques of the Uchiha. Well, teach him more fire techniques and stuff to keep this powerful weapon under bay, and sends him on a team with Shikamaru instead of Kiba. Actually, it will be him, and all the fights will end up the same way. But instead of Kiba, it will be my character and Sakon and Ukon. They will start fighting, and then he will slowly get pressured. I know what you guys are saying. What's going on? I thought Orochimaru was killed. His arms were sealed, but he would make an escape. I lost some footage once again in the process of making this video, so I'm sorry if it doesn't make any sense. But so this is what originally happened. They're fighting, and Orochimaru would got his arm sealed away, but a Jiraiya would arrive. The Sound 4 would make a valiant effort but they would still they'll get a valiant effort to defeat him. But as this commotion's happening, Orochimaru slips away. Over the time of the Sasuke, the Sound 4 would have broken out from prison, since the Jonin from the village would be gone off of missions, kind of like how Sasuke escaped in the first place. So that means, but Kibumaru would probably be on the verge of death, but he will still have all his power left. He has exactly 2 months to live, and Kibumaru would basically be a dying vessel at this point. Alright, let's get back into the video. My character versus Sakon and Ukon. This is actually a strange matchup since he's powerful enough. He has 2 Tomo activated, which he unlocked over the past days, and some of the gentle fist fighting styles. He can do up to 32 palms, kind of like Hinata, and do an 8 trigram 32 palm rotation. It's like a 64 palm rotation, but it doesn't do a lot. It doesn't do as powerful damage in chakra ceiling as 64 palm rotation. They are fighting, and eventually Sakon and Ukon split up and summon those 3 big old Buddha walls, whatever you call them. and the walls start to fall on him. He's about to get crushed, but his Barakugan kicks in, and he spins around as fast as he can. And instead of doing a 32 palm rotation, he has an 8 trigram 64 palm rotation and spins around, shielding himself from it. But not for long. But not from long. Rock Lee arrives and does a dynamic Kintry on Sakon, and then Speed Blitz Sakon and Ukong. So he blitzes them both and knocks them both away from him, and then saves Akira. Akira looks at him and says, "Thank you, bowl cut guy, whatever your name is." He runs toward him, and Lee run towards the others, and they all run up and counter Naruto. Naruto fighting Sasuke. He says he'll stay here and fight Kibomaru. All two of them will fight Kibomaru, but they're still getting they're still getting pressured until eventually Gaara arrives. Naruto and Sasuke's interaction still happens, but instead of Kakashi saving Naruto, it's actually Akira. He runs to him and picks up Naruto and walks away. Tsunade telling him the reports about Naruto, how he's a Jinchuriki. Without Naruto, the balances to all village would be shattered. He doesn't exactly know that Danzo and the other elders were responsible for his for his clan's death and his family's death, but he does know Kakashi was responsible, so he does not like Kakashi. Kakashi would arrive and see him walking, holding Naruto, and Kakashi would tell him to give him to him, but he would ignore Kakashi. Kakashi would get furious about this. This is his master's last thing. Like the only thing that gave him attachments to his masters, aka Minato, since he lost everything. He would try to take Naruto from him, but he would disperse into two pieces of wood, which would be Naruto and him. Before he could do anything, he would be sprinting towards the village's gates. All the other people would eventually arrive, but he would arrive with Naruto. Naruto would be healing up, and then eventually Jiraiya would talk to him about him saving Naruto. He would appreciate that and tell him thank you. Kakashi would arrive and say thank you for saving Naruto, but he would walk away, being infuriated. Now he would walk up to Naruto before Naruto left to go train, and he would tell Naruto that he will be waiting for him, and that when he arrives, he better have a good fight ready for him. Naruto says, "Yeah, you better believe it," and then they fist bump, showing that a rivalry has been started. He leaves. Naruto leaves, and then he talks to Tsunade and asks him what happened to the Uchiha clan. He says Itachi Uchiha murdered the entire Uchiha clan in one night, and the only survivor is Sasuke Uchiha and Itachi Uchiha. He's actually infuriated by Itachi for killing his family, killing another family he could have possibly had, and he's a little mad at Itachi, but he wasn't close to the Uchihas in the first place, and he's just recently now been close to the Hyugas. The purebred blood of the Hyuga clan being shared with a purebred Uchiha, half Chiha, half Hyuga. Hiyashi wonders what kind of capable power this is, and over the years, he's been training with Hiyashi and Kakashi. Surprisingly, he has been forced to train with Kakashi, and eventually comes to terms with Kakashi. He might hate Kakashi, but he will use Kakashi's teachings. He unlocks it. He unlocks it. Oh my god! Kakashi teaches him the Chidori, fire style ninjutsu, and also lightning style ninjutsu. He teaches him lightning blade, which is a better version of Chidori, but he doesn't really use it. He learns fire. He learns fire style fire flower jutsu, and also learns fire style phoenix bird jutsu, where he shoots a bird out of his mouth that resembles a phoenix. He jumps up and launches towards the Hokage office and then he walks in and sees Naruto and Sakura and Kakashi here. He walks in and says hello to Naruto and Sakura. Well, says hello to Naruto, and ignores Sakura completely, not liking Sakura that much. He asks Tsunade what his next mission is, and she says it's a B rank mission, in some forest. He tells her that's fine and takes the scroll and tells them good luck on their mission. Good luck, and says Naruto that when he gets back they're gonna fight. He runs away, and then he body flickers away. The same events happen in canon, and around the time of Sasuke killing Orochimaru and starting his quest to kill Itachi, he runs into Deidara. Deidara learns that he's half Hyuga, half Uchiha, but he hates the Uchiha eyes, but he realizes that this kid is different. He hates the fact that he's an Uchiha, but he can't lie. His clans are one of the most powerful clans in the entire world. So Deidara wants to fight him, but Kimon says he has no time for that and he has to get back home, and body flickers away. Obito sees this and he has knows that about this kid, and he's actually been watching him for a while. Kakashi Kaba's in front of him, and before Kiwa can even touch him, he goes right through him, or Akira. Akira looks at him and says, "What do you want?" And activating the Sharingan and activating a Chidori as well. He looks at him and says, Obito looks at him and tells him everything that happened. How about Danzo destroyed everything, and Itachi's the reason why the Uchiha clans, because Danzo did everything, and the elders organized everything. The Uchiha clan wiped out, and your family being murdered. He feels wrong. He feels bad for being wronging. He still feels bad at Kakashi, but he feels bad for wronging Kakashi for so long, since he was only following orders, and if he didn't, he probably would have had a lot of mistakes. Well, you'll see. I don't know why I keep saying you'll see. You'll just know. You just have to know. Obito warps him away, and then as it's happening, he looks inside. He looks in a puddle of water, showing he has his Mangekyo Sharingan design in his eye. Obito knows that he could possibly go blind, and he has no other person that could probably transfer his eyes, so he decides to give him some Hashirama cells to keep his eyes from disappearing or like something. But I'm just gonna say it doesn't work, since his eyes are kind of be like Obito's, where it doesn't need Hashirama. Well, whereas his Kamui is just really powerful, and he doesn't have to worry about it dissipating his vision. Alright, next. All the events go similar to canon, but when the first Shinobi World War is called, there's 2 masked figures instead of 1. But when Danzo starts to escape, one of the masked figures and Sasuke approach him. Sasuke looks at him, looks at the masked figure and says, "Are you ready?" He looks at him. The masked figure says, "Fine." He takes off the mask and reveals that it's Akira, which is no surprise. And Akira takes off the Akatsuki cloak to get some better speed, since the cloak is gonna wear him down a little bit. Sasuke and him run towards Danzo, but before Danzo can do anything, both of his arms are sliced off, and his head is as well. Danzo uses his techniques to come back, using his Izanagi to revive. He jumps. Naruto and Kakashi and the others are making their way to the location right now. The fight goes similar to what happened in Naruto, just with 2 Uchihas. Both of them activating their Susanos. Kiwan's Susanoo, or Akira's, I don't know what you want to call him. You can call him whatever you want. His Susanoo is a gold type Susanoo, while Sasuke's is a purple. The double might of 2 Susanoos is too much for Danzo to handle, and eventually Danzo gets overwhelmed and finally killed. The Karin thing never happens, and both of them are really low on stamina and really bad beating up. So they decide to they both decide to fight Karin and get more stamina. Sasuke is about to kill Sakura once again, but Naruto saves her. Naruto is in a bad spot. Two Uchihas that are with perfect Susanos, well, not perfect Susanos, two Uchihas with Susanos that are that one of them is not blind and they both stamina is restored, but one of them is blind. He has a better chance fighting just one of them, but with two of them there, it's a worse stump. Obito actually doesn't intervene since he thinks he's not going to be. He doesn't have to worry about it since there's two of them and they can have a chance of winning. Sasuke activates his Susanoo arrow and shoots it towards Naruto. But Kakashi absorbs it with his Kamui, and Obito's a little alarmed. Doesn't know how good Kakashi is with the Kamui. So he tells them to leave until they can, and leave. It's time for Sasuke to get his eye implants. Sasuke leaves, and the fourth war begins happening. And I'll leave that part up. Like and subscribe for the next part. This part will probably be up to the next two. I'm really tired. I need to get some sleep. And I'll see you guys in the next video, even though I'm currently recording this at 8 p.m. See y'all guys.